Okay, everybody, I'm feeling slightly confused by that. Let's make a start, everybody. We're going to stand at the front of the mat, feet hip width apart. Just going to stand in mountain pose for a moment. Trying to arrive on the mat. Connect to the breath. Feel the connection with the ground and the feet. Spine nice and straight. Draw a line from your ankle to the hip, to the elbow, to the ear. Visualize that. It keeps your spine straight. So close the lips, breathe through the nose. Trying to breathe right down to the belly, using the diaphragm to breathe. Okay, let's start today. Taking the arms sideways. You're going to stretch your hands up and stay up the top. All the time, stay connected to the breath. Okay, we're going to exhale the right hand down. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale, lean to the right. Push your hips out to the left. Keep the shoulder flat. Don't let your shoulder curl forward. And to go further, bring your hands together. Interlock the fingers. Release the index fingers. Lengthen the elbows. Lean down a bit more. Change. Inhale your way out. Back to standing. Open the hands. Breathe in. Lengthen your spine. Breathe out. Drop the left hand down. Okay, breathe in. Right hand up again. Breathe out. Lean to the left. Push your hips out slightly to the right. Ensure your shoulder doesn't drop. To go further, join the hands together, interlock the fingers, release the index finger, and then straighten the arms. Steady breathing the whole time, keep pressing out through the hands. Maybe hips a bit more out to the side, and change. Inhale your way back out. We're going to lean backward next. If you have any back issues, put your hand on the lower back. Otherwise, we're going to keep our hands up in the air, biceps next to the ears. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, gently push the hips forward. Start to lean back. Keep breathing. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lean back. Change. Inhale your way back up. And exhale, sit down through a chair. Hang out in chair for a moment. Quick glance that you can see your big toes. The knees stay parallel. Both feet flat on the ground. Stretch the arms forward, suck in the belly, drop the tailbone down, and then just fold. We're going to pick up our big toes with the 2 fingers. So make the head and neck totally relaxed. We're trying to get our belly to touch the thighs. So bend your knees as much as you need to get the belly on the thighs. Steady breathing. Keep the head and neck totally relaxed. You can shake the head side to side or nod the head. You just want to shake out any tension in the neck. And then change. Next, we pull on the big toes and the elbows come out to the side. If you can take a quick look at my elbows, we bring them up to the side to open the shoulders. So pull with your fingers on the toes. And to go deeper, press your knees back, stretching the back of the legs. You spend 3 more breaths. Change. Let go of your feet. Put your palms on your shins. Palms flat on the shins. We want to keep a straight spine. Suck in the belly and slide your way up. Keeping a straight spine all the time. Come back up to standing. Gonna roll the shoulders back a few times. Okay, let's move into a nice, slow sun salutation. So breathe in. Take the arms sideways. Reach up, stretch up, full lungs at the top. We spend 2 or 3 breaths in each position. Let's breathe out. Start to fold forward. Slightly bend your knees. Gonna bring the fingertips in line with the toes. Suck in the belly and maybe press your knees back. Change. Come up halfway. Keep a flat back. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Change. Take it down to the ground. High plank. Step your feet back. Make sure your hands are directly under the shoulders. Middle fingers face forward. If you need to, you put your knees down on the floor. Otherwise, you go down via a press up. Keeping a nice strong plank. Lower yourself down to the ground. Next, put your toenails into the floor. Breathe in. Come up for upward dog. Let's go back to child's pose for a moment. So sit your hips down to the heels, head on the floor, pull your fingers into the mat. Next, we're going to down dog. Come onto your hands and knees. Make sure your hands are under the shoulders. Next, we're going to tuck our toes into the mat. Take the weight in the hands. Start to lift up the knees, suck in the belly, send your hips up to the sky, push back with the hands so the biceps are next to the ears. So knees can be a little bent or a lot bent. Next, we start to walk the dog, pedal out the legs, left and right. All the time, steady breathing, the head and neck totally relaxed, so the head just looks between the feet. Keep sending your hips up towards the sky. And now hold still. Let's start to work the heels to the floor, stretching the calves, stretching the hamstrings. If it becomes too much at any time, just put your knees on the floor. Two more breaths. Change. Look forward between your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step yourself to the front. Or you can take little steps to the front, into the fold, and then engage the core, right? We're going to breathe in, stretch back up. Full lungs at the top. And then breathe out. A little faster this time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, going down to high plank. Step yourself or jump yourself back. You can put your knees down on the floor or lower yourself down while exhaling. Inhale, slide forward to up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back to down dog. Inhale, look forward, step or jump yourself to the front of the mat, into a fold, fully exhale into the fold. Breathe in, arms sideways, reach up. One more time. Breathe out, forward fold, slightly bent knees, head and neck release. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back to high plank. Lower yourself down. Put your knees on the floor if you need. Inhale, slide forward to up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Step or jump to the front of the mat into a fold. Breathe in, take your arms sideways, reach and stretch up. This time we mix it up. We fold down and then breathe in. Come up halfway, flat back. Okay, breathe out. Let's take the right foot back into a lunge. So big step back with your right foot. So we're going to check that the knee is above the ankle. And let's breathe in, take the arms sideways. Stretch up. Release them into prayer and stay here a moment. Okay, make the spine nice and long as you take a breath in, and then exhale, we're going to go for a twist. So let's twist to the left, hook the knee on the elbow. So you can either keep the back knee on the floor, or you try and lift the back knee and make sure the rear leg is totally straight, locked out at the knee. Look over the left shoulder. Keep breathing into the twist. Change, bring the hands back down to the mat. Okay, let's step the foot back. Put your knees down if you need. Exhale down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, push back, downward dog. You can just step the left foot through, or we go to three-legged dog, and then step the left leg through. Back into the lunge. We take the hands behind the back, interlock the fingers, look up, open the chest, roll back the shoulders. On your next inhale, breathe in, stretch up. Lean back if you can, breathe out. Bring the hands down to the mat, each side of the foot, and step the right foot in to meet the left. Into a fold. Inhale, arms sideways, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, come up halfway, flat back. Breathe out, this time stepping back the left foot into a lunge. Check your knees above the ankle. Arms sideways, breathe in. Breathe out, hands in prayer. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, twist to your right. Hook the elbow on the knee and look over the right shoulder. You can stay here with your knee on the floor, or you press back through the left heel and straighten the left leg, lifting the knee off the floor. Go back to your breath, press down into the palms of the hands, keep extending the left leg, pushing back the left heel to keep the knee straight. Final breath. Change, bring your hands back down. And we step back. Downward dog. You can either step the right foot through or go three-legged dog on the right side. Back to the lunge. This time the hands go behind the back again. Breathe in, open the chest, roll back the shoulders. On your next inhale, lift the arms up. Lean back if you can. And then exhale the hands down to the floor, step the feet together. Into a fold, exhale, breathe in, reach up, stretch up, full lungs, and then breathe out, hands into prayer. Grab some water if you need before we move on to Warrior Series. Okay, guys, stand at the front of your mat. Hands on the hips. So usual flow, we'll go through Warrior 1, Warrior 2, and Triangle. Start stepping back the right foot. Big step back. Hip bones face forward. Okay, breathe in, arms go up. Next to the ears, try and lengthen out the elbows unless your shoulders are really tight, and then you open the arms. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, bend the front knee. Side views like this. So we go to the breath. Feel a nice, strong connection with the feet and the floor. Stretch your arms up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can try and look up at your hands, even drawing a line backwards. Your knee should be above the ankle, the back leg is straight at the knee, and we press to the outside edge of the back foot. Hold it here. Change directly into warrior two. Your arms come down shoulder height, and the back foot twists to 90 degrees. So your front foot faces straight forward, the back foot faces 90 degrees to the side of the mat. Just check you can see your big toe on the front foot. We look in front of the middle finger on the front hand and stretch the arms in opposite directions. Notice your spine is really straight. Hold your vision fixed just in front of your middle finger. Breathe steadily. And change. Going into triangle, straighten the front leg. And now walk your back foot in slightly. So your feet are just wider than the hips. You do a kind of heel toe movement. And then to go into triangle, stretch forward, lean forward. Hips come out at the back. Stretch, 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 and then hinge at the hips. Wherever your knuckles touch is where they stay. Press your knuckles into the shin, which twist the top arm around, and you can look down at the floor, straight forward or up at the top hand. Always make sure your shoulder doesn't fold down. We're trying to keep the whole body flat. It's like the body can be squashed in between two panes of glass or something like that in one flat plane. Steady breathing. Face and forehead relaxed. Change. Inhale your way back out. Put your hands on the hips. We switch sides. Step the right foot in to meet the left. Okay, let's go back this time with the left foot. Big step back. Check your hip bones face directly forward. Breathe in, take the arms up. Breathe out, bend the front knee. Check that your knee's above the ankle. Check you can see your big toe on the front foot. Press through the outside edge of the rear foot. Stretch your hands up. Drop your tailbone down. Twist the left hip in. And breathe. To make it deeper, you lean back a little bit. Draw a line with your hands backwards across the ceiling. Never any need to go deeper. It's never a competition. If you feel like you're getting a great stretch, you can always stay where you are. Or even if you're just feeling a bit tired. Steady breaths. 2 more. On the next exhale, go to warrior two. The arms come down shoulder height. The back foot rotates. So the back foot faces to the side, the front foot faces forward. Knee above the ankle. Check you can see your big toe. Keep the back leg nice and straight and the spine also super straight. Stretch your arms in opposite directions, like someone pulling our fingers away from us. Hold still. Take some deep, nourishing breaths. And change. Straighten the front leg. Gonna walk the back foot in, just a bit wider than my hips. Lean forward. Stretch forward. Keep stretching. And then hinge. Wherever your hand touches is where it stays. So breathe in, stretch up the hand. Keep pressing your knuckles into the shin. Keep the face and jaw relaxed. Nice twist through the spine. Strong connection with your feet on the floor. Final breath. Come out on an inhale, engage your core. Pivot your way back out. Let's go for forward fold. So turn the right foot in. So the big toes point in and the heels point out. Keeping a really straight spine. Breathe in one more time. Make some space in the vertebrae. Breathe out, start to forward fold. Keep the spine straight. When you feel the spine rounding, the hands come down. They can go on the floor if you need, or you put your knuckles into the shins. So we're thinking about stretching the head and neck forward. Visualize your spine. Breathe into the vertebrae. Try and make the spine long. Every breath in, make some space. Every breath out, fold down into the space. Keep the knees straight or very slightly bent if you need. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears. If you're more flexible, maybe you can grab the outside edges of your feet. Keep the chin slightly down towards the chest. Notice the shape of the back of the neck as an extension of the spine. So let's take a few more breaths to go deeper. Final breath. To come out, we inhale, we engage the core nice and slowly with control. Bring yourself back up. And now take the hands behind the back. Interlock the fingers. Take a breath in, open the chest, roll back the shoulders. Take a breath out, forward fold. Keep the weight spread evenly across your feet. And let's try and get the hands to come up behind the head near the ceiling. Spine can be slightly more rounded on this one. Still, the knees are either locked out or slightly bent. Breathe into your shoulders. So never should be painful, just a little discomfort. If it becomes painful, then you back off slowly. Three more breaths. To come out, inhale your way back up, really slowly, engage the core with control. Arms going to come up to the side. You can take a big step in, or you can take little steps. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, let's move on to some balances. Tree pose and eagle. So we're going to stand on the left foot first. Pick up the toes a few times, put them back down, get a good connection with the ground. Next, let's pick up the right foot, place it below the knee. You can stay here, or you can place it above the knee. Bring your hands into prayer. Fix your vision on something in front of you that isn't moving. Go back to your breath. Standing legs, super strong, super straight. You can stay here, or you can breathe in and take your hands up towards the sky. Find your focus and go back to your breath. At the end, we try and grow the spine 2 inches. Breathe in, stretch up. Stretch your hands towards the ceiling. Keep reaching up, stretching up as much as you can. And slowly exhale and change. Release the hands back down. Release the foot back down. And switch sides. So facing down through the right foot this time. Pick up the toes a few times. And then pick up the left foot. Put it below the knee. Or put it above the knee. Trying to keep the hips level. Bring your hands into prayer. And you can stay here. Or breathe in. Take your hands up to the ceiling. Biceps next to the ears. Try and lock out the elbows. Standing legs, super strong, super straight. The breathing is calm. And now at the end, we stretch up some more. Breathe in. Feel everything grow 2 inches, 3 inches, maybe more up towards the ceiling. Take it to the maximum and then exhale, slowly lower back down. And release the foot. Shake everything off a little bit. Or a lot. And next is eagle. That's what I said. Okay, breathe in. Take the arms sideways. Breathe out. Take the right hand under the left. Cross at the elbows. Option 1 is to put your hands on the shoulders. Option 2 is to palms together. And option 3 is to interlock fingers. We slowly move the elbows up and down. Mobilize the shoulders. And then hold the elbows down. So we want to bring the feet together. Toes touch, heels touch. Squeeze the legs together. Suck in your belly and then sit back into a chair. You can stay here, or you can pick up the right foot and place it over the left thigh. Maybe wrapping the right foot behind the left calf. Bring the knees. If you wobble out, you can jump back in. Bring the knees into the center line of the body along with the elbows. Sit down in the chair, steady breaths. Keep your focus. Final breaths. And slowly change. Unravel your legs first. Press down. Unravel the arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. This time the left arm goes under the right. Cross at the elbows. Option 1, hands on shoulders. Option 2, palms together. Option 3, interlock your fingers. Move the elbows up and down slowly. Keep awareness to your breath. One more time. Now hold the elbows down in the center line of the body. Suck in your belly and sit back in a chair. This time, you can stay here or you can pick up the left foot. Place it over the thigh, maybe wrap the foot behind the calf, bring the knees back into the center line. Sit down in your chair, pull down gently on the elbows, breathe. Take one more breath. And then change. Unravel the legs. Press down through the feet. Unravel the arms. Inhale. Exhale the hands into prayer. Release the hands at the side. Stand in mountain pose for a moment. And change. Okay, what's next? Okay, let's go down to the ground, guys. Meet me on the floor. Hands and knees. Okay, bear with me one moment. I need to go grab some water. I wasn't prepared today. That's fine. Going now into pigeon. So from all fours, let's take our left knee to the left wrist and then slide the left foot towards the right wrist. Next, we walk the right foot and right knee backwards. By the way, this is a great time to get your pillow or block. So before we go in too deep, if you know you need a block or pillow, get it ready. So the left knee to left wrist, left foot to right wrist, slide the right foot, right knee backwards. Start working your left hip towards the floor. If you've got big space here, you can put a block or a cushion in to support the hip. So close the eyes, start to breathe into the left hip. You can stay on your hands, or if you feel your hip moving down and you can keep a straight spine, you can go down onto your forearms. You can put a cushion or a block here to rest your chest or to rest your head. You can also make a pillow from your fists and put your head on your fists. Wherever you are, you close your eyes and start to breathe into the left hip and try and release tension in the left hip each time you exhale. As you breathe in, follow the breath coming through the nose, send it down your body into the left hip. As you breathe out, breathe from the left hip out through the nose, breathing out any tension you find in the hip joint. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Slowly come out. Back to your forearms, back onto your hands. Walk the right foot and right knee in. Slide the left foot and left knee out. Spend a breath on all fours. Just level off your hips and shoulders and then change side. Take the right knee to the right wrist and slide the right foot towards the left wrist. This time you might need your block or cushion on the right. Walk the left foot, left knee backwards. Start taking the right hip towards the floor. Suck in your belly and feel the hip start to release. When the hip moves, you can go down onto your forearms or lower. Always good to just close the eyes. It helps you notice and be more sensitive to what's happening in the hip joint. So remember, you can use a cushion or a block here to support your chest, or you can make something with your fists. Breathing into the right hip, trying to breathe out tension with each exhale. Keep your face relaxed. Keep your jaw relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Stay with the breath. 3 more deep breaths. Slowly change back onto your forearms, back onto the hands. Walk the left foot and left knee in. Slide the right foot, right knee out, back to all fours. Okay, let's move into some back bends. Either lay down on your belly or go into high plank and then lower yourself down through a press up. We're going for cobra. So we take the legs together. The legs are zipped up together with your toenails pressing into the floor from the side. Something like this. So when you press your toes in the floor, the knees should lift off the ground. Fingertips are in line with the shoulders. Elbows are tight into the body. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And then press those toes into the floor. Lift your torso. Keep stretching your head forwards and upwards. Look up towards the ceiling. Elbows pinned into the side of the body. Shoulders away from the ears. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, change. Tap your chin on the floor. Now walk your hands out to the side. 2 hand paces out to the side. This time, relax the legs. Everything from the waist down, relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out. Press your hands into the floor. Lift the upper body. Keep the legs, glutes relaxed. Bring the elbows in. Take the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep stretching forward, looking upwards towards your ceiling. Steady breaths. Each inhale, try and look up a little higher. Take 2 more deep breaths. Feel the breath move from your nose all the way down towards the feet. And to come out, we exhale and go forward and down. Put your arms by the side, turn your head to the right, and put the left ear on the floor, and just relax into the floor. Change. Turn your head the other way, look to the other side. Change. Come back to the center. Hands on the floor. In fact, let's go back to child's pose. Bring yourself back to child's pose. On hands and knees. And then sit your hips down to the heels. Pull your fingers into the ground. With your head on the floor. Just relax. If you have any knee issues, you probably find that your hips don't go down too low. Also, if you have knee issues, it's better to keep your knees a little wider apart. If your knees are fine, you can bring your knees in a bit more with the feet pointing out. And then you can probably, if you have good knees, you can also sit your hips down onto the heels. Change. Come up to seated. We're going to do some forward bends now. So sit with your legs out to the front. Going to stick to the usual flow of forward bends. First one, Janusarashana. Good idea to sit on a flat block or sit on a cushion. So we'll take the left leg out and put the sole of the right foot on the left thigh. You should bend the left knee and make the navel touch the thigh. So you can use a belt or a strap and put the belt around the ball of your foot. Otherwise, you breathe in and stretch up, and then breathe out, grab the foot. Interlock the fingers on the ball of the foot. So whichever variation you do, use the breath to go deeper. Every inhale makes your spine long. Every exhale, maybe you can straighten the leg a bit more and fold down, but keep a straight spine. Take 2 more breaths. And then change. Just release the foot. Come back upright. And switch sides. Right leg goes up straight. Sole of left foot on the right thigh. Bend the right knee so that your belly touches the top of the thigh. If you're using a belt around the foot. Otherwise, breathe in and stretch up. Lengthen your spine, breathe out, fold down. Keep your shoulders level. Maybe your left shoulder went in the air a little bit there. And go back to the breath. So every inhale, we try and make a bit of space in the vertebrae. Every exhale, release, relax down into that space. Keep a straight spine. Keep the face relaxed, forehead relaxed. Avoid hunching your shoulders. Avoid biting down on the jaw. Let's take 3 more breaths. And then just release the foot. Slide your way back upright. Both feet go up to the front. So if you're using a strap, put the strap around the board of the feet. Otherwise, 2 fingers to grab the big toes from an inhale. Keeping a straight spine. Go back to the breath. Keep sucking in the belly. If you're sitting on a block, slide towards the front edge of the block. If you have a big wide block, it doesn't work with. So if you have a thin wide block, this works really well. You sit on the front of the block. And the block will tilt forward like this. You notice how the back of the block's lifted? That tilt in the block will also tilt your pelvis forward, which makes it a bit easier, especially if you have tight hamstrings. I was doing squats, front squats and deadlifts yesterday, so my legs are pretty stiff. Keep the shoulders back from the ears. Keep sucking in the belly. And we'll take 3 more breaths. Then release. Release your feet or release the belt. Next one is Baddha Konasana. Bringing the feet together. Heels as close to the hips as you can get them. So it doesn't matter if your feet are more like a diamond or if they're close to yourself in a butterfly. Next, we take our thumbs, open the soles of the feet like a book, press the elbows into the thighs. Sit with a nice straight spine, suck in your belly, breathe into the hips. Take 2 more deep breaths. Fill the lungs and fully empty the lungs. And change. Bring the knees together. Slide your feet forward. Sit in Dandasana, staff pose. Nice straight spine. Squeeze the legs together. Kind of right angle at the hips and spine. Suck in the belly. Breathe in, make the spine long. Press your hands into the floor. Breathe. Find this really grounding posture. We're going to try reverse plank. Any issues with shoulders, you can stay here. Otherwise, we start to press down our hands into the floor. The heels slide forward and we're going to lift up the hips. The head can tilt back. Press down the arms into the floor. Try and straighten the elbows. Keep the core engaged. Come out if you need. Otherwise, we take 2 more deep breaths. And slowly lower back down. Slide the heels back in. Sit once again in staff pose. Change. Going to take it down to the floor now. Any way you like. Just lay down flat on your back. Approaching the end of the class. Going into the floor sequence. We'll go for wind remover, bending up the right knee. Interlock the fingers on the knee and pull the knee into the chest. Keep your head on the floor, chin into the chest. If it's hard to keep your head on the floor, use a block or use a pillow underneath the head. You can stay here now, or you can drop the knee out to the right side and pull it more in towards your shoulder. You can make some circles with the right foot. Might feel good to loosen off the ankle one way and then the other. And then change. Let go of that leg. Straighten out and bend the other leg. Interlock fingers on the knees. Pull the knee into the chest. Make some circles with your ankle. One way, then the other. And if you want to go deeper, drop the knee out to the side. Pull it more towards the shoulder. Breathe into the left hip. Deep breaths through the nose, breathing into the hip. You can keep the eyes closed here if you want. Change, release that leg. Straighten both legs and then bend both knees. Option 1 is to put your hands on the knees and pull the knees into the chest. Option 2 is to wrap the arms around the knees and grab your own elbows. Suck in the belly, get your head back down on the floor or on your block, and tuck your chin into the chest. Breathe into the hips. Check your face and forehead are relaxed. And towards the end, really suck in your belly and try and flatten your tailbone down to the floor. So the very base of the spine, think about leveling it down towards your mat. Final breath. And to come out, just release. Put your feet flat on the ground. Let's go to happy baby. Send the feet up in the sky and grab the big toes from the middle. Elbows inside. You can keep this grip or you can reach behind the heels and grab the outside edge of the feet. Stack the ankles above the knees and pull down with your hands. Keep your head on the floor or on the block, chin into chest. Again, suck in the belly. Think about flattening the tail of your spine down to the mat. Nice. Deep breaths through the nose. Four or 5 seconds to inhale. 4 or 5 seconds to exhale. And after your next exhale, change. Grab the big toes again from the inside and go to straddle. Legs nice and wide. Try to block out the knees. Keep sucking in the belly, flattening the tailbone towards the mat. Change, release the feet. Lay flat on your back in Shavasana. Let's look at the final spine twist. We've got to do this quickly. We're going to bend the right knee, put it behind the left kneecap. Left hand on the right knee. Roll to your left. Right hand palm down, shoulder height. If you can't get your right hand palm down, you put it palm up next to your head. Look at the right hand. Totally relax into the floor. Let go of tension anywhere in the body. Final deep inhale. Full exhale. And then change. Release the knee. Roll back to the center. You can keep your eyes closed the whole time now. Bend the left knee. Put the left big toe behind the right kneecap. From the inside. Next, right hand on left knee. Roll to your right. Left hand, palm down, shoulder height. Or you put the left hand palm up near the head. Gently press your right hand into the knee. And relax. Total relaxation. down into the ground. Breathe in. Feel the chest rise and fall. Make sure your shoulders, your forehead are relaxed. Your jaw is relaxed. Even try and relax the eyes. Keep the eyes closed. Release the knee and roll flat on your back. Lay still in Shavasana. Place one hand on your belly. Place one hand on your chest. Stay with the circular flow of breath. Breathe in through your nose. Send the breath down to the base of your belly. As you do that, notice the belly, the hand on your belly lifts. Breathe out. So when you breathe in, notice the hand on your belly rise. When you breathe out, notice the hand on your belly fall. Conversely, as you breathe in, your chest moves down. And as you breathe out, your chest moves slightly up. We'll finish with 1 minute silence, laying still in Shavasana, just keeping our attention with the breath. I'll let you know when the time is up. Keep your attention to the breath a moment longer. Take a scan of the body. Just notice how you feel now. Hopefully nice and relaxed. No stress, no tension. Let's try and keep this throughout the day. You can come out of Shavasana if you like, rolling onto your side, coming into seated position. It's where we close the class today, everybody. Okay, apologize for any delay at the beginning. Back tomorrow, same time, with the slightly more advanced class. If you've done this class 4 or 5 times, you should be able to do it, no problem. Okay, thanks everybody for tuning in. Really nice to see you all as usual. Have an amazing day and namaste. See you soon.